Welcome and thanks for joining us. I'm Jackie Sabrin, your host, and this is the Engaged at Any Age Summit. And I'm pleased to introduce to you a lovely expert today. She's going to talk to us about our body image. And welcome, Anne-Shopie Reinhardt. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
I almost tripped it up there. Did you hear that? I paused. Anne-Shopie Reinhardt. There we go. I'm sorry. And
Yeah.
you are, so I love the internet and how we can be connected. So tell us all where you're at right now.
I'm in Germany. I just moved back from Switzerland to Germany, and I gave birth to a son. That's why I chose to move back to my parents, closer to them so they can be around. And yeah, I'm in a gorgeous, gorgeous part of Germany, which is great.
Oh, wonderful. And I'm so happy that we have this ability to connect on this level anywhere in the world. And so that's why I wanted to share with the audience how we're international. This is an international summit. And wanting to speak to the women today about body image. And so thank you again for being here. I'm going to tell the audience a little bit about you before we get started. You are the founder of the award-winning blog, Make Peace with Food, Your Body, and Yourself. And you're a body image expert. And you're also a Martha Beck life coach, speaker, and creator of the Body Love Wellness Circle and several other self-love and body image programs. So the work that you're doing, I know, was inspired in a lot and by your own struggle with your body image. And so thank you again for being here today. And can you tell us a little bit about, maybe if you care to share a little bit about your struggle and what led you to the work before we get into some questions?
Sure. I struggled with anorexia for most of my youth. It started when I was 9 or 10, and then, just got worse over time. And when I was 24, I hit rock bottom. I almost died, and I had this moment where I just said no more. I need to get out. I can't live like this anymore. In this constant hell of thinking about food all day long, not allowing yourself to eat food, and counting calories, exercising until you really can't, move anymore and feel dizzy and weak. And I just had a moment where I said, I don't want to live like this anymore. And so I began to heal. I went into treatment and just started to work on myself and really broke myself apart. And then slowly built myself up again. And in this time, I started to appreciate my body. I started to accept my body. I started to accept my sexuality and being feminine, being a woman, and really embrace who I was. And it wasn't easy, but through my journey, I began to coach. And now I just help other women do basically what I did. Not in that extreme because I was, so sick, but there's unfortunately such a mass of women who struggle with body image issues and who just don't feel comfortable in their bodies. And yeah, I'm here to help them, and I love, love, love it.
Oh, thank you for sharing your story with us. I know that you are an inspiration to so many. And when we're talking about wanting to get engaged at any age or just to even be in a relationship, there's so many components to wanting a healthy relationship with yourself and with others. And so the body image is just such a big part of it. And I think that sometimes we, in our haste to have that relationship, we overlook this really important area. So how can a poor body image and dieting destroy, the relationship or in your mind? How does that affect it all?
Absolutely. So many levels. And I can speak from personal experience, but also just from seeing my clients. When you don't feel comfortable in your body, you are not self-confident. You tend to be very self-conscious, very ashamed. Instead of walking like this or sitting like this, you always do this. And you just don't feel as empowered as you could be. So that obviously starts to play a little game in the sex department. You're just not as open as you are. And for many, many men, that's a huge problem because they love your body. They love you. So they want to do things with you that you don't may not feel comfortable with. the same time, what I've experienced is, when you constantly think about food and you are always on a diet, you can't go out, you can't be spontaneous, you can't, have a drink with your partner. There's all these limits, and it impacts a relationship very negatively. At the same time, when your partner says, I love your body, I love your hip, I love your thighs, and you get into a fight, because you don't believe it, because he's lying, because you're not beautiful, because, he can't be serious. And there's just this dissatisfaction in the entire relationship. So the way you feel about your body really reflects on the whole relationship and your partnership, and it can destroy it in the most severe cases. But I just think that when you open up and you begin to embrace your body, it doesn't matter if you look like a supermodel and you're super gorgeous in our current beauty standard terms, or if you don't look like the way you're supposed to look, you can feel beautiful, and you can, if not love your body, you can begin to accept your body and make it your home. And your relationship will blossom, and your relationship will flourish. You will just smile more, you will look better because you will feel better. Your partner will definitely appreciate that, and you yourself will, which is the most important thing.
Yes, and I love what you said, that being comfortable with yourself, because it does impact your sexual life. Having a healthy sexual connection with your partner is important. But if you're so self-conscious about your body, you're going to be holding back or just be insecure, and that's going to flow over, because I know men love naked women and more comfortable with our body and just accepting ourselves just the way we are. They don't see all those flaws that we point out. And I know you have something that's called fat talk, and how women love to engage in that. And just expand on that fat talk and where it starts, probably with that, right?
Yeah. We love to talk about our bodies, and not in a good way. We women, we share our dissatisfaction with the body. We share how we hate our thighs, and we hate this part, and we don't like that, and we need to lose weight. And we talk about the diets, and we are jealous of the other women who are, who just lost weight. So we talk so much about food and diet, and it destroys, the real meaningful conversations. So I think we built this community around fat talk. But we could also talk about the more positive things. We could talk about love. We could talk about the things we love about our bodies. We could talk about the things that we truly appreciate. Think about all the things your body's doing every single second for you. Your heart's beating right now. Your cells are changing. There's so much going on that you're not even aware of. But instead of appreciating that, we women love to talk about, hating our body. So we need to get back to this way of being mindful and just, being appreciative of all the things. And again, if you can't be present, if you can't be in this moment, being in your body, it will shift, everything in your relationship in a negative way. But if you are present, and if you can have this appreciation, even if it's just for your hands, or your big toe or something like that, everything elevates. So when you notice that you're talking, with your girlfriend about the latest diet and the diet you read in a magazine, or the foods you are not eating right now, notice that, become aware of it, and change the conversation to something really meaningful, or at least say something nice in this moment about yourself or about the other one, because you're not helping anyone when you're constantly talking about, body shaming.
So so the body shaming and that negative self-talk, is that how we can stop it? Just to become aware of it and just start to, would you give us some tips on how to do that? Is there affirmations, or what do you do?
Yeah. At the beginning, I don't use affirmations, and I don't really suggest you do that. At the beginning, I would just become aware of it, and it's really hard. You know, if you're in this cycle of just talking about diets and talking about negatively about yourself and your body, it's really hard to notice what's actually going on in your mind, because you know, when you think about it, you are constantly noticing your body, and you're constantly saying these things about your body in your mind. So what I suggest that you set yourself a timer for, you know, a few times an hour, and just write down in that moment when the timer goes off what you've been thinking, and you will notice that you're thinking about your body way more than you actually believe. So, you know, do that for a few days and just notice what's going on internally. Or you can write in the journal every morning and just write what's on your mind. And there will be a lot of things about your body too, when you just, you know, purge everything on a piece of paper. And then when you're ready to take the next step, note your thoughts. It will become easier to, you know, check in. And then when you notice you're saying something negative about yourself, doesn't really have to be even about your body, but just negative about your entire self, then tell yourself, you know, I notice having these negative thoughts right now, but I still choose to love and accept myself. Or, you know, I still love you, and I'm sorry for saying these words. Something loving and something kind, and this will slowly shift the internal monologue that you have.
Thank you. That's wonderful. I love the journaling. Yes, just by journaling, then you can see what you're thinking. If you can write it down, then you'd be able to read it, and it's almost as if somebody else is thinking those thoughts. But so it's great that you can discover they're originating from your mind. And so what are the most common body image traps that women fall into, and how can we prevent them from even happening?
Yeah. So scales, that's the first one. That's the big one. You know, stepping on the scale every single morning doesn't do anything for your body image, because you basically rely on something outside of yourself to tell you how you're supposed to feel.
That's good.
Yeah, and I've done that for so many years. And you know, oftentimes we let our scale determine how our day is going to be. So when we lose weight, you know, we're happy and everything's good and everything's great, and we're going to have the best day of our lives. But when we gain weight, even if it's just so much, we feel distraught and we feel like we failed. So the day is really, really bad. Our mood is bad, and it impacts everything. So throw away that scale. Or if you're not ready to throw it away, just, you know, put it somewhere you don't see it. And most of my clients then say, well, I can't, because I'm gonna, you know, lose control around food, and, you know, I won't be able to really measure myself and see how I'm doing, or you know, if the weight's going up or down. And the truth is that you won't get out of control. You will find, you know, this internal well-being, and you will get into the groove of actually doing something that's right for your body instead of doing something that's right for the scale, which is always, again, something outside of you. Calorie counting, the same thing. You know, calories are nothing really, and they don't make sense in anything. You know, you can't eat so and so many calories of a hamburger, which is not great for you, and you can eat so many calories of broccoli or you know, something like that, which is great for you. So instead of looking at calories and counting calories or points or any of these things, again, listen to your body, become aware of your body. I think that many of us, myself included, don't take the time to eat. And when we don't take the time to eat, we don't notice if we actually like what we're eating, if we're full, if we're still hungry. So, you know, if you count calories, same thing. You really don't pay any attention to your body. You don't listen to your body. It's all in the mind. And that, you know, being so heady is really, really bad for the entire body image. And, you know, I could go on and on. Magazines, diet books.
That's a big one.
Zeros.
All the magazines that are out, even magazines for fitness. It's like this overwhelming sense of that we're never going to measure up, you know. And
Yeah,
so
exactly.
what do you recommend with that? Just look at them, don't subscribe to them.
Um, at the beginning, that's super helpful, but you still have to go to work, you still have to go grocery shopping, and you will still be confronted with these, magazines. So it's important to know that, the job of the people who make the magazines is to make you feel insecure about yourself. It is their mission, and it's really bad, but it is their mission to make you feel that you have to change something, and that you're not good enough, that you're not pretty enough, and that you have to lose these 10 pounds, and that you have to get the boob job and all these things. So remind yourself that, this is not real. It's just a way of making money. And sometimes look away. Just become aware that you're looking, and just turn the other way. At the beginning, I think you have to be really, really vigilant, and you have to be really strong, which is not always easy. But you will notice that you feel better, and when you feel better, it will get easier. So the same goes, I think, for TV shows. There's so many women shaming and body shaming TV shows out there. But sometimes you just have to turn the TV off and say, no, I'm going to read a book, or I'm going to watch a movie that has nothing to do with weight, or with changing my appearance, or with improving who I am. And you just have to take a stand for yourself, which is the only thing that helps when you truly want to make your body your home. And you're an individual. You will never look like Heidi Klum or any of the top models, and you don't have to. In the end, it really matters how you feel on the inside. And if you're really serious in a way about wanting to heal your body image, you will get to a place where the outside doesn't matter so much anymore. It will still matter, and I love putting on makeup, and I love dressing up. I think women love to do that. Most women do. So there's nothing bad about that at all. But the first thing that matters is that you feel confident in your skin, no matter what. And then you will be healthy. You will take care of yourself in a way that is healthy, because you will love yourself enough to, don't crush your body with junk food all the time. Yeah. You won't go crazy on ice cream all the time. You will do it, which will be fine, but you will also love to eat healthy, because it's good for your body. So you will come at this whole health thing from a completely different perspective, and it will make everything so much easier.
I love that this, the simplest steps, like getting rid of your scale. I got rid of my scale years ago. I just stopped. I wasn't even using it. And then my daughter was with me, and I thought, we don't really need to weigh ourselves. You can tell by how your clothes fit. If you've had a little too much to eat maybe over the weekend, your jeans are going to be a little tighter, then it's just time to reel it in a bit. And I just kind of go by how I feel, not necessarily how I look. If I'm feeling a little uncomfortable, I know that that's my body's way of saying, I need to eat some more, greens. If the scale thing, thank you. That's just so simple. It's just get rid of the scale. Stop judging yourself every single day. It's so harsh to step on that scale and see a pound go up and your whole day can crash. It's so true, the power of that, and how much we give our power to something so superficial. And so that's.
So you have to take the power back, You are the one who can actually take the power back. So I think it's a very simple thing to throw away the scale, but it's huge, and it makes a big, big difference in everything. So that's my favorite.
Yeah, because
favorite first tip.
You have it, you're still going to weigh yourself. You're going to, see it and get it out. But if you don't have it, not even putting it, just get rid of it. That's what I like. You said that, because then the pressure's off. You just live
Yeah.
by your own standards and how you feel, and checking in with yourself. And I love what you said about the magazines. Just stop reading those magazines. They do not lift you up. They do make you feel that you aren't measuring up in some way. Something about you, it just isn't as good as them. And so, and it's ridiculous. And we buy into that, and we've got to stop looking at that. And so how can women finally make peace with their bodies and feel more comfortable and confident in their skin, in spite of our culture today?
So the first thing I think is to embody again, to get back in your body. And you can do that very simply by, becoming aware of your toe. Taking 5 seconds, during your workday to just become aware of one or two parts of your body. Because oftentimes we are so busy, and, in these modern times, we're just running around, especially as women, right? We take care of the kids, we take care of the husbands, fiancés, boyfriends, we take care of everyone but ourselves. And so oftentimes we're super disconnected from the body, and, our life is just here. So dropping into the body, that's a first step, and oftentimes just feeling your toe makes a big difference. And then, I think that we have to go back, get away from that exercise, craziness, and start moving the body again in ways that are fun, ways that we truly enjoy, whether that's dancing, whether that's rock climbing, whether that's just walking, being outside, enjoying nature. So again, asking yourself, what do I actually like? What do I actually want? What is fun for me? What makes me laugh? What actually makes me feel free and really in my body? Do something like that instead of exercising, instead of, going to the gym and feeling, now I have to do this again, and I hate it, and I don't want to be here. And there's so many ways of moving the body that are great, that are fun, and that you will enjoy. So experimenting with that. Again, dressing up, just to feel beautiful again. And you don't have to lose 5 pounds before you can dress up, before you can feel beautiful, before you can make yourself beautiful. You can wear makeup now. You can wear high heels now. You do not have to wait until day X when you've lost the weight. The same goes for making your life beautiful, decorating or going on that trip that you've always wanted to go on. We tend to, push everything away until we've lost the weight. But instead, it's important to do it now. The more fun you have and the more you play in your everyday life, the more you will come to accept your body, and the less important food and your body will be, because you will just enjoy your life, and you won't have to wait, to have fun in the future. You will have the fun now, and you will feel happy and confident and beautiful right now. And one last thing that I really, really love, and it has been a game changer for me, is to practice gratitude. And right now, I have a 9-month-old son. I don't have a lot of time for self-care. He's running my life, so I have like 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes at night. And I wake up every morning and I write down a few things I'm grateful for, and I do the same thing at night. And that's the self-care spiritual practice I have right now. That's all I can do. But it helps me to start the day in a positive attitude. And not in a fake positive attitude. That's really important. It comes from the heart, and it comes from within. This appreciation for everything we have. And we have so much. Sometimes I focus on the body. Sometimes I focus on my car. Sometimes I focus on, the weather. There's so much abundance and so much. A person I talked to, if you use the word plenty, there's plenty in our lives, and we keep on waiting for that. But just tuning into that, space of gratitude helps tremendously, when it comes to body image, when it comes to feeling joyful in your life overall. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you. I couldn't agree more with the gratitude. It really does shift your whole being and attitude, because you're right. We do have plenty. We have so much to be grateful for. I just start off with, when I wake up, thanking the universe for my bed. Like, oh, I'm so grateful that I have this wonderful bed to sleep and wake up in, and just giving thanks at all times. And everything that you've said, you have brought a lot of things that seem to be common sense, but they're not necessarily all together like you presented it. And I really feel that this interview has been very helpful. And I'm glad that you brought up so many of those great points that we tend to forget coming into your body, just feeling your toe. That brings you into your awareness. So thank you for going through this with us. I so appreciate it. And I know that you prepared a gift for our audience. Can you tell us a little bit about that now?
Absolutely. So I recorded a meditation CD that I am very proud of, and I know is so helpful when it comes to, again, getting back into the body. And it's called Finally Free, Guided Meditations for Freedom from Emotional Eating. So I have 15 tracks, and it's really a compilation of meditations that will bring you back in the body, that will, help you to become aware of the body. But I also have a meditation for mindful eating. There's meditations for, the feelings that we often try to suppress and can't really feel, which leads to binges, which leads to the dieting, which leads to this, very destructive circle. So it's a great CD. I love it. I've had great feedback, and I use it myself. So if you want to check it out, definitely go and download it.
Oh, I love it. I love guided meditations. They're so beautiful and easy to use and so effective. Thank you. That is an amazing gift. And also, if you'd like to, to our wonderful audience, if you want to watch this interview again, or all the interviews for that matter, at your leisure, over and over again, to glean more of what was covered here today, feel free to go to engagedataanyage.com/upgrade, where you can purchase the entire summit. And so that'll be available to you. And also, to access the free gift, it's right below the screen here. All you have to do is click on the click here, and you'll get that gift immediately into your download, into your box. You get the download. So thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate the time you've taken to explain all of this to us. I know that if the women that are watching take it to heart, that it will truly help them very much. So thank you so much for being a part of the summit. And I really enjoyed our chat.
Thank you. This was fun.
Okay, well, you take care of you and that beautiful little boy. And so I hope to be in touch with you soon. I'm going to download those meditations myself and take advantage of that generous offer. Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much. Okay.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
You too. Bye.